on idle chit-chat, the light drizzle of language that falls between the silences of more pressing things. That curious, endless string of small syllables we tie together to pass the time. Weather reports, traffic updates, the price of eggs, or how the coffee just doesn't taste the same since they changed the beans. You know the sort. The hum of daily life, neither good nor bad, just there. But what exactly is idle chit-chat? What function does it serve, and why, despite its seeming emptiness, do we keep returning to it like a familiar old couch? To the untrained ear, idle chit-chat seems like nothing. Just words, fillers, empty-calorie conversation. But I say this to you, there is no such thing as nothing when it comes to human speech. Every word is a placement of self. Every sentence, no matter how light or loose, is a small disclosure. And chit-chat, idle though it may be, reveals more than we think. Let us begin with its most obvious trait, surface-level safety. Chit-chat is a soft blanket we wrap around ourselves and others. It says, I'm not trying to wound you, I am not dangerous, I am here with you, lightly, casually. In this way, it functions as a social lubricant, easing the friction of daily encounter. You walk past your neighbor, nice day today, you stand at the checkout line, can't believe how fast summer's going. It isn't what is said that matters, but that it is said. Because silence, though golden to philosophers, can be intimidating in public life. Silence makes people squirm. Silence makes people wonder. Are you judging me? Are you angry? Are you ignoring me? Are you strange? Idle chit-chat solves this dilemma by giving people something harmless to say. It's a call-and-response ritual. The weather, sports, grocery prices, it's liturgy, our ordinary religion. In this view, small talk is not small. It is a carefully choreographed dance of social cohesion. But let us not sanctify it too quickly. There is something maddening, even soul-deadening, about a life spent entirely in idle chit-chat. For the person who craves depth, who longs for conversations that touch the marrow of being, small talk can feel like a slow suffocation. How are you? Fine. How was your weekend? Good. Busy? Always? The words fall like ping-pong balls on concrete, quick, harmless, and entirely forgettable. And you begin to wonder, is this it? Is this what we've chosen to fill the air with? There is a certain kind of loneliness that sets in when all the conversations around you orbit trivia and never pierce the skin. It is the loneliness of the deep thinker in a shallow pool, the hunger for more, to speak of sorrow, awe, fear, love, death, memory, and finding instead only comments on traffic and the latest appliance sale. Yet perhaps the fault is not in the speech but in its timing. For chit-chat properly placed is not the enemy of depth, it is the invitation to it. You cannot leap into someone's soul at first glance. You cannot demand intimacy from a stranger. But idle conversation, repeated and warmed, becomes something else. Over time, the same small exchanges build a bridge, a familiarity, a shared rhythm. Morning, morning, coffee? Always. These tiny refrains, carried out across days or months, are the scaffolding of trust. And one day, unexpectedly, quietly, the person who always said morning pauses and says, you know, I've been having a rough time lately. And just like that, the chit-chat has opened a door. This is the secret truth of small talk. It is preparation. It is rehearsal for sincerity. It is the social version of tuning the instruments before the concert begins. If you rush past it, demand profundity too soon, you may scare away the very honesty you were hoping to find. Now, let us also consider the comedic function of idle talk. Oh yes. Chit-chat is where the great one-liners are born, the dry remark, the sideways glance, the shared chuckle at the absurdity of office life. These moments, though light, bind us, not through trauma or philosophy, but through humor. And laughter, as every wise fool knows, is a kind of sacred glue. Even when it's just, how's your day? Still vertical. So that's good. Or, anything exciting today? Lunch. And I've set my expectations low. These aren't deep, but they delight. And delight matters. And so we come to a fuller picture. Idle chit-chat is not nothing. It is not noise. It is threshold language, the speech of entrance and approach. It is how we edge toward each other, test the waters, and slowly declare, I am here, and I would speak if you would let me. Sometimes the door stays closed, sometimes it swings wide, but we cannot blame the doormat for not being the whole house. Now, for those of you who loathe small talk, who find it tedious or tiring, I offer this counsel: don't try to kill it. Try to reshape it. Treat it as your opening act. Speak of the weather, yes, but do it differently. Say, isn't it strange that the same sun warms us all and yet no two people feel it the same way? Say, I love how autumn makes people nostalgic, even when they've forgotten what for. You'll find, in time, that people lean in. That chit-chat becomes real chat. That someone you once only nodded to will one day say, I've never told anyone this before, because you took the doorway seriously. So, to summarize, idle chit-chat is not a waste of time. It is the airlock between solitude and communion. It is the ritual that allows intimacy to bloom without startling the soil. It can be dull, yes, but it can also be sly, poetic, revealing, and healing. It all depends on how you use it. So the next time you say, how about this weather? Listen closely to the answer. You may be talking about the clouds, or you may be talking about the heart.